So, yeah, pretty typical start here, I think you could say.
Yep. Walter was banned last time. He's still up. That's a little bit surprising to me. Maybe Slap wants to pick it this time. I'm not sure. Or he just doesn't feel it as he did before. He banned it last time.
Oh, yeah, it takes out the Behemoth and, again, the Lord's Force instead, so.
Yeah.
Not picked up so far. Magnus into a Luna. Yeah, they could. It's definitely a... Walto really is kind of an interesting hero, I feel like. It does seem like he doesn't get banned all the time by any means, yet he's not picked up when he's not banned. It feels like, at least, a lot, so... I don't know.
I'm not sure. I feel like it did get a little bit of nerfs to the swipe, but I don't think it's too... Like, it's not that which makes the hero not pickable or something, but I just feel like it's not as strong as it was before. It's still strong, don't get me wrong, but it's situational, so it's not a hero that you first pick, in my opinion. Yeah, it can't be countered. If you get some AoE heroes on the enemy team, I mean, the hero pretty much dies, even though it has a lot of farm. Werby's Midas, that's pretty strong. I like what he did picking Midas, because Magnus Midas did a lot of work for them before, so not allowing them to get that combo is pretty smart. And then making a lineup involving Midas yourself, that's a smart idea. Looks like we're going to see some Malikan here.
Yeah, this famed Zephyronte Malikan, as I keep hearing about. So I'm excited to actually kind of get to see it now, because let's just say there's been some hype around this. So I'm expecting big things from him.
Oh, it has to be there, right?
Yeah.
It needs to be Bloodbath and 600 TPM now.
Well, like the most interesting thing is the idea of this shield breaker Elder Parasite, which apparently he goes. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I haven't seen it yet, so curious to see it if he goes it here. Again, that's what I've been hearing. So.
I would say that it's the same idea though that we saw Madman last game here, where he gets the shield breaker early and then 3 hits he takes 1,000 HP off of Salphorius, but then 10 minutes later, if the enemy team farms the armor items they need, then it's not as effective anymore. So you need to pick your fight if you go for that item, like at the right timing, else it's not going to be as effective as the standard build.
Yeah, that's that could deter. That is interesting, because I wondered if that may deter that kind of didn't work last game on the Madman, so make it more of a typical style, the Whispering Helm and Sanitarius perhaps. But I hope he goes the Elder Parasite Shieldbreaker, just to kind of see the potential. And again, from what I've been hearing here, but when you're up against a team like Sync Esports, you have to be confident in it. That's for sure. There was actually an interesting thing that was pointed out about the last game, by the way, that we missed. I mean, it was at the very end there, so it really didn't matter at all. But Aluna, apparently, Serenia actually had a spiked Bola, the disarm item. She ended up farming it, and
I didn't see, actually. Okay.
yeah, I mean, it's what, 4,600 gold. It's really an agility item, if anything. So it is kind of awkward, like on a true support. But for the idea of it disarming a one team hard carry or one hard carry on a team as that Madman, it actually is pretty. You can consider pretty powerful. So the idea was pretty good, but not really coming into use there, because they had already won. So
exactly. Else the idea is good, but we'll also keep him alive if Madman is like, okay, just gonna kill the support here, and you can put that on.
Another kind of speaking of these newer items, Malikan, we have him in this game, and there's been some discussion about Bloodborne Maul. We actually finally got to see it the other day by Complexity, actually. And even though they ended up winning the game, it was even Formless pointed out after the game, he did not like it.
It almost lost them the game, honestly. Picking up that item almost lost them the game. It was really close. It's like if you had the Tanic or if you had Rift Charge, anything else, that would have been way better, and I think they would have won that game earlier. Instead, they were almost beaten by BMG there. That's pretty close.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, because I think, again, there's one hero that really comes to mind. It's Malikan. That could be a good item for, and seeing that it really wasn't, and it almost hurt them, as you're pointing out, it's like, well, maybe that needs to be rethought a little bit. But Yeah, I
Needs
guess.
to be some kind of buff to that item if we based it on that game only. Maybe
Yeah.
you have to see it a bit more, but it definitely was not the right item there. And as you say, I think if there's any hero that should really benefit from the item, it should be Malikan.
Hmm.
And if he doesn't, I mean, how is it beneficial to someone else in a different time?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Be interesting to see how that one develops. Well, like I said, with all these new items, I mean, you're bound to have some tweaks here and
exactly.
there, and I'm sure that will be coming down the line. So, Parasite is being right-clicked here. He is still open, so for Pine if they want him, that could be a good jungler here to go with. Against this Hellborn side, they're putting a lot of thought into this. It's done in 5 seconds. Okay, they switch it up. Go Hellbringer.
Well, if they wanna, force fights and get the little Parasite Shieldbreaker combo, I think Hellbringer is definitely a strong hero to fight with. And on top of Magnus and Luna, I mean that's a lot of burst and good CC there in between those heroes. At the same time, Sync has War Beast and Sandwave. I don't think they want to have a big fight just right away here. I think they want. It's probably a War Beast on Slapped here actually farming, and Haxman farming short lane and Midas off lane. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I don't think they will fight anytime soon, especially not after the Hellbringer pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm wondering if Pine, that's also going to mean their jungler is going to be more of that team fight. Again, they were right-clicking that Parasite, but honestly with this lineup, it seems like something like the Tempest or the Tempest, though, Portal Key, against the Sand, it is a little scary to do that, so maybe like a Solstice instead, I guess. Could be decent there, but
yeah, that could be an option.
Synergy.
Sure. It's also a huge burst and a nice initiation. Good roam early on. Moira.
Wow.
Don't see that a lot.
No. It's been a while. Yeah, Moira just kind of disappeared, man.
Well, you do have that Moira Sandwave idea here, so Sandwave can pour it in and then Midas can combo on top. That's probably a kill onto whoever short lanes. So that idea is there when Sandwave hits level 6 and Midas is probably level 4 at that time, so they can make a kill happen there. Maybe snowball from that point, and then Warbeast can start pushing elsewhere. I mean, they do have split push, they can farm. Sandwave, huge teamfight hero for sure. But this raw pick, that's pretty impressive. I mean, where's Malikan gonna farm? That's my first idea. Then again, Hellbringer doesn't farm too much.
Pine, we've seen Raw like 3 or 4 times in the cycle, and I think Pine's at least been 2 of those, if not more. Like they actually took a game off complexity. We talked obviously in the first weekend even with this Amun Raw here. So we know the potential's there. I mean, if you allow him to snowball, he will snowball and take over a game. I mean, he's a really crazy, tanky presence that's you just can't deal with. It feels like, but. It's the matter of getting to that point, and you figure a team like Sync is, and especially since they have that potential to be active. I don't know about this Raw pick. It could be it's a little risky. I feel like.
I did see a game, was it against Complexity or something, where a team picked Ra, and then he went like 6-0 and 10 or something, had 600 GPM, just dominated. I don't know if that was Pine too, but I mean, I watched that game, and kind of everything he did went perfectly for him. He rotated to mid, he got a kill, and then he rotated back jungle, and then, he went bottom, and then he got another kill. It's like everywhere he went, it went perfect for him. And I don't think expecting that kind of performance every time is probably not, it's not something you should do. So... but we have seen the potential if his rotations pays off. I mean, this guy can farm really quickly.
Yeah,
and have huge impact.
That was Pine. That was against Complexity. That specific game, I'm pretty sure you're the one you're thinking of. So, I don't know if it was not the best playing it, but I would assume so. Being he's on the team here, obviously, and in the same role. So. That's the case too, but again, for me, and from what I understand and what others have been suggesting to me, that how that was maybe a little bit of a fluke, not a fluke, I guess, but more so, you almost blame Complexity a little bit in that case, and so opposition, you basically need to address him. You can't just let him just do what he wants in the jungle for that whole time, because he will flash farm and will kind of get that scary mark, the early tank that really is difficult to deal with. In the game. So it's going to be interesting to me to see Sync, kind of, again, addressing that earlier here in this game or not. But how about that Kraken, by the way? Kraken we've seen a lot lately.
Yeah, well, it's pretty fun here. I think we picked it up a couple times, and now Mick is going to play it. Definitely has some history on it too, especially Sync, the old Sync as well. They played a lot of Kraken. on either Mickey or Kesu. There's a lot of options there. And still a strong hero. I mean, the ulti is good. Good initiation if you hit those charges, of course. But yeah.
Gonna be middle here with Mickey, so fun to see. And STST playing the middle role now. It's just like literally all over the place. I'm pretty sure STST has played every single role throughout like a couple of cycles here. It's to see a player do that, but anywho.
They're actually manning up here with Magnus and Luna onto Moira Sandwave. I think that's honestly okay because Webby's not going to rotate early, so they can do this the first 5, 6, 7 minutes, and then they can switch it up. But if they can manage to kill Sandwave maybe, or the Moira here.
They're going for kinda. They back off immediately. Magnus realized that could have been a horrible decision, and it very likely is in the end. Yep, Sandwave turns it. Moira is going to go down to a Luna, so at least something out of it, but now Luna's also in trouble. That deserted. It's going to start doing some great damage here. However, the health budget, but no, taken off immediately. Samwraith going to chase. Magnus is coming, though, so yep, Samwraith needs to fall back, and it stays the 1-for-1. So, I mean, at least they got the Moira kill, but giving up the Bloodlust to Samwraith, not the plan there.
Definitely not. I mean, when you play something like Magnus, you want the early levels and try and outform them a little bit, apply pressure with the Luna, because Moira's not as great as that at that. So just get your level 3 and then you're good to go for that play. I mean, you shouldn't do it level 1.
Yeah.
But it doesn't pay off for them. They do get a 1-for-1, but not in their favor.
No, yeah, it's exactly. That's what I was thinking to myself. Like, oh, is he going to be able to steam buff? Then I realized, yeah, no, they're still level 1. Like, just doing that right there. Level 3, sure, but even level 2 would have been much better for PinE. Again, having that steam buff to disjoint and survive there for Magnus would have been absolutely huge. So, yeah, just a little bit too greedy on the side of PinE there, and unfortunately backfires. So, other lanes, we got this middle matchup. So Kraken again, He's a hard-hitting melee hero, but it is a Hellbringer who's pretty good harassment. His range, of course, on top of that is slightly ahead so far. Would you expect Hellbringer to beat this advantage here?
Yeah, he should be doing pretty well. Focus on harass early on here, and then start picking up the CS as soon as Kraken doesn't have the health regen he needs. He does manage to pick up a bottle, so that's a pretty good timing for Mickey. So I don't expect him to struggle that much now since he picked that up. But Hellbringer should definitely have a great time as well. A little bit better than Kraken, in my opinion.
Look at Malikan down here. He's actually, oh my gosh, Midas acts like he's almost thinking about going in right there. But he ends up canceling it. He pops a health potion, so that would have been quite the tower dive, but yeah, not worth it. Malikan, though, I mean, he's in trouble, really. Like, he doesn't have any regen right now. He's having to stay at a distance here. There is regen being delivered, of course, but Midas has had a pretty good time overall. He's now 18-0. With that creep go right there against a 15-0 Malikan, so.
Yeah. I think he kind of needs a Ra rotation at some point, but Ra is pretty low in the jungle, so he can't really rotate right now. And the support is top, so. But if Ra could rotate over and they could somehow bait this, like bait a Midas combo with maybe the elemental ward being used or something, that could possibly be a kill they could swing in their favor.
Top lane, Magnus stunning away Warbeast. He is helping to chase right here for a kill. They are going to surround a Luna and eventually get her killed. But Magnus is able to escape from that initial point. So, but still a kill for the Hellborn side. And, well, Sandwraith happened to even get it. So now he's 350 GPM. Looking pretty consistently good here. You do see Midas roaming a little bit. And so this is what I'm talking about. You know, again, Raleigh's going to be not only flash farming in the jungle, but because of how he works, he will be fairly low on life at times. So he's trying to take advantage of that, but Ra's doing a good job of positioning and preventing Midas from jumping him. So, and by the way, Ra, you know, he's doing pretty good. 290 gold per minute here. So he's off to a decent start.
Yeah. I like what PinE has done here, rotating a Luna, because what they hoped to accomplish top didn't happen. And now Sandwraith actually has more farm than he normally would, and that's a big no-no for them. But Mag is level 4, has a decent farm, he has the boots, so he can also start rotating. But they have to give up the Sandwraith free farm now, which is not what they want, but they have to make do with what they got at this point.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the laning phase definitely not going as planned for PinE, but you got to adjust. You got to make the adjustments. They are here, and Gotta kind of forget what happened, just make the best of what you got now. Middle lane, this could be trouble for Hellbringer. He pops some Malphus in response, and actually is going to try to set up a turn now, but Kraken is too far away. But there you go, had to use Malphus to save himself, so still worth the cooldown for sure. But no turn kill in the end for him.
Smick is a little greedy here. I mean, Magnus is here. If he manages to land the stun, I'm not sure if he can though. That should probably be a kill onto Kraken, I think.
Though he knew something was up.
Too. Yeah. Oh, if Magnus runs around and Ra stays. Okay, the support coming. Slap is running over as well. He's level 6, and Moira is in the vicinity.
Gonna catch him right here. Samwraith actually. Where is he going? Maybe middle lane? Yeah, they're trying to dive this Hellbringer again. Even the Warbeast assisting with the Hellhound, and sure enough, Haxorin gets credit for the kill. So that's now 3 kills already for Haxorin. Playing the Sandwraith here. He's level 7 on top of that. Amun-Ra, no, he's just, well, look at that. He's got a huge stack going in the jungle. But anyway, Sandwraith again. He's continuing a great start here for him and the Hellborn team. Now Amun-Ra's in trouble. So talking about he can be fairly low. Midas actually, I didn't notice if he stole a bit of those creeps right there, but might have got a couple at least. Uh-oh. And now Luna's in trouble. Amun-Ra going in, though, trying to land the Path of Destruction. He does. Midas wants to finish this Luna, but Amun-Ra doing plenty of damage. However, more great assistance there, but Amun-Ra is going to be able to take down. Not sure what that ulti was about from Malikan. It felt like they had the kill already, but just in case.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, they get a 1-for-1 actually in their favor. But I like the pressure that Sip is putting out anyways. It frees up space anyways for Sandwraith, and this is just a really hard team to get behind against. I mean, Sandwraith Moira does a lot of damage in terms of the ganks, and then on top of a Midas combo or even a Kraken ulti or something, and with the war cry, I mean, if anyone's farming alone somewhere, that guy is going to be punished every time Sandwraith has ulti up. And has mana for it, of course. But it's a bit of an issue because Ra kind of wants to farm right now, and so does Malikan. And Hellbringer can definitely fight, but they don't have Magmus is only level 4, so they don't really have that much sustain in a fight in terms of CC and stuff like that. So, mid lane.
Yeah. Gonna be fine.
As I was saying, they can't really fight, but it's kind of like you want to fight against this lineup, but you can't. That's unfortunate for them.
Yeah, tough spot to be in, yeah. Well, how about Warbeast, by the way? It is interesting with that build of his. He maxed out the Hellhounds. That's not too crazy, but he got the one Battlecry and the one actually in Primal Rage here, as well as the ultimate, of course. So kind of interesting seeing that style here from Slapped as, this is interesting. Magma's going to see him stealing their Ancients. I guess nothing you can really do about it, though.
No, it's not too much. Can take some damage, I guess. Nice play he did, taking the region and up the top rune from Kraken. So he doesn't have that. Mid.
Making it work here. Middle lane, they're going to Hellbringer. Transmute comes out, Torrent on top, but here comes that Term Chance once again. As Malphus falls down, Luna is here, but it's just not going to be enough. So second time now, Hellbringer has had to use, as the Power Throw does connect, but again, still not enough damage. But he's had to use Malphus in the complete response here. Trying to save himself. Samwraith, oh yeah, he almost sniped Magnus, didn't he? That was close.
Yeah.
Midas, wow. Going back in, pretty low on life in the first place. Pretty risky play there from Zibby, but he actually does get away again. As able to Elemental Warp out. And now Hellbringer, not sure what SCST is thinking about here, but he's wants to try to commit for something. Release the Kraken Meatball, it kind of catches a Luna. They do end up killing Hellbringer right there, but at what cost now? Malikan, he is here with that ultimate once again. Sandwraith is going to be picked off. Malikan all of a sudden finding himself by himself somewhat. Oh, nope, never mind. Amun-Ra's here as well, and Slaps is like, yeah, I need to get out of here. You cannot, though. That turn damage as soon as Amun-Ra joined the party. They went full panic mode, and Sync definitely felt the burn there. So, good kill on his lap in the end. And again, Ra, he's been good assistance there. And look at that farm on Malikan now, too. Jeez.
Yeah, he got 2 kills from that. That was really good. Good Malphus control there, chasing down Sippe on the Midas as well. Because, yeah, that was really good for them. And now the game is kind of evened out, and Malikan gets a huge boost in form. He actually picks up the Steam Staff, so he might go for the Insanitarius route instead here.
Huh. A little disappointed, but yep. I guess that's what he's doing. I guess the potential is still there. I mean, Yeah, and Sanitarius first into the Elder. Shield Breaker could definitely be possible.
It is there, for sure. That was really good for them. I mean, Sing was in such a good spot there, and I mean, they still have the potential to gank and roam around with the Sandwave and on top of another hero in the lane. But really good for Ra too, getting a kill in the sister and not dying. And he can start farming really fast now. He can clear the jungle and also set up ganks, and then rotate back and not lose anything on that.
Ken, he's level 11 now too, so that cooldown of Pyroclasm Rebirth down to 150, but the level 3 is so clutch. 90-second cooldown on that. It's essentially every team fight, ideally that's going to be up. So you're going to have to kill Ra twice in team fights, which is definitely a pretty big impact when you think about it. So I was going to say, Ra really is interesting when it comes to his jungling capabilities. I mean, he's very unique, isn't he, in the sense that he can clear the paths of the trees by himself constantly with that path of destruction. So it allows him to farm it so efficiently, and especially when you know what you're doing, with the timing of the stacks and everything. Not to best is really, well, he happens to be pretty good at it, despite what his name suggests here. So look at this, stealing the Ancients on the other side.
Yeah, like this. It's the same thing as Lab did, and this was a double stack. And, he's not getting punished. Of course, if someone shows, he can use this Q and get down the hill here, and probably should be okay. Also, he has the ultimate, so yeah, this is pretty good for them. Now they're in the spot where they can steal Ancients from the enemy team instead of the other way around after that fight. The triple stack Ancients here from a Luna. If either Malakin or Amon-Ra picks that up, it's close to 500 GPM.
Magnus up here. How's that portal key coming along? Not that great. 630 gold per minute, or 630 gold saved up. If he was 630 gold per minute, that would be pretty damn good. No, he's only 630 gold saved up, so still has a bit to go before that's actually going to be happening.
It's
but doing his best.
Only weak point so far for them. That's lacking that portal key on Magnus so far. But I mean, you can't have everything.
He's got a nice little creep farm going on right here for the time being. Sandwraith, though, that's because he's going elsewhere. By the time I realized where he's at, well, STST was the victim. So good catch by Sandwraith. As this time it is successful. I guess he has died 3 times in total, so they have been successful more than just this once. But seems like a couple times there he's able to turn and whatnot. But
That's the Moira Sandwave combo there, setting up for Kraken ulti, and I mean, Sync uses everything to kill him, so that's kind of bound to happen, honestly, every time Sandwave has ulti. I've said that before, but I mean, it's just if the game is so passive and people are farming alone and enough people are showing in the map, then Sync is going to go for that play.
Yeah, so as successful as the start was for Haxrin and, playing the Sandwraith 4-1 and 3 now, very good, nearly 400 gold per minute. It's interesting seeing that he is not even the top 2 farm in the game right now. Top, of course, belongs to Malakin at 460, and then Amon-Ra 450 gold per minute. Again, this is what we're talking about. If you do not address this Amon-Ra, he will flash farm pretty crazy. Kind of similar to a Lord Salforce, I guess. I guess that's where that similarity does exist. They are both somewhat tankier and annoying heroes that can flash farm very well in the jungle.
That's true.
So
there's a bit of similarity there.
Yeah.
Also has the slow and the high new potential. Yeah, it's kind of there. But yep.
Oop, middle. There's again Hellbringer in trouble. He's trying to throw out that fear, but it's just not nearly enough to save him. It's way too much damage, and that was really just Mickey landing a good charge there. That set that up, so well played by him.
Like what Sync is doing. They've been slowing down the game here, and now they just go for the pickoffs they can get. And I mean, if they can keep Hellbringer, Magnus, and a Luna down, then Sandwave is going to kill those 3 heroes every single fight, and then going into the mid game, they will honestly win from that point on. Oh, Midas gets gone, so good catch from them. But still, if they can keep those 3 heroes down, Sandwave's going to tear through them later on, and then it's going to be really hard for Sync to lose a fight. If there's only 2 heroes on the Legion side that can, survive that kind of burst.
So Amon-Ra does go the portal key here, especially with the struggle of Magnus. I guess it does help to have that strong initiator, with the follow-up to Hellbringer perhaps. But part of me also thinks that, because I was thinking like a Soul's Bulwark, a full Demonic here would be really good against a Cellborn
nice
team. But middle lane, they do catch Kraken. Is that a red stun? It looks like 5 seconds. And no chance. Good job by Amon-Ra, too, with that Path of Destruction as like a just in case. he went over there. That was well played, and you get the kill in the end. So.
Apparently that policy worked out for the player, but also huge red stun. Nice play from Tyrox.
Great for Gangs. Top lane, they get the kill on a Sandwraith. He tried to port out with the illusion, but couldn't do it in time. Magnus, he was able to stun in on top of the Malphus that came down, and again, Haxorn just simply could not get the reaction off. So PinE finding a nice groove right here now. We mentioned how they've been doing a good, Sync has been doing a good job of at least locking down the others. But now that happened. As I say this, though, here comes Warbeast and Moira. Midas here as well. And they are going to at least kill Hellbringer. So they, once again, do take him out. But killing Sandwraith before that, very worth it. He's slowed down on the Mach now once again.
Yeah. That was a really good rotation. Malphus almost killing Midas, or Moira, but he's fine. Also really good rotation from Hellbringer and Magnus. Nice teamwork combined. They get a little bit too greedy. They're trying to go for the tower and gets punished. But I like the rotation. That's what they need to do.
Yeah.
Especially he has the sword of the high now, slowing him down however much they can. It's always good.
God, look at this again. Another triple stack Ancients. Between Amon-Ra and Malekith, they've done at least 4, I think. They've really enhanced their farm, including stealing at least 1. You see the Hellhound here eventually is going to die, so they see that they're doing it, but I don't think they're going to really be able to do much about that, unfortunately, although Slap just going to send in more Hellhounds, maybe steal some of the Ancients. This actually steals one more. Arcane Vortex, so they're really just delaying it. That's pretty clever, actually. Wow, they got most of them in the end, so at the finish there. That was well played between Zlapt and Serenia. Steal some Ancients, so. I mean, an Arcane Vortex was used to essentially kill a couple Ancients, but still. It was clever.
Yeah, it's alright. I mean, they forced a lot of rotations. 5 players from PinE was there, and they didn't really get anything. Mickey's still sitting behind the mid tower here. He wants to find someone. But that someone should not be Malekith.
Or Amon-Ra.
Oh, or Amon-Ra.
Neither one of those aren't dying easily, at least. We'll see what he ends up doing. But how about Zibby, by the way? See, this is typical Zibby fashion in the Alchemist Bones, but there's no Parasite over here, so I wonder what the idea with that is. As Kraken, he is going to get away in the middle lane. But, yeah, what do you think?
I guess he's thinking he doesn't, the game is pretty slow, nothing much is happening, and he's not really part of the kills most of the time, only like 50% of the time, so he just wants to keep his farm up, I think. Then again, getting something like mana sustainable items, he does have the chalice bottle, I guess that's enough, but then he could push out the bottom wave, start farming a bit here, and but I guess his reason is he's not finding creeps, and then, getting that extra bonus gold every 2 minutes is what he wants, I guess. It's not something I would recommend, but I'm just trying to explain his thought process as good as I can.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a good effort. I mean, yeah, no, it really is interesting seeing that with no Parasite in the game. But as by the way, Luna, she easily gets caught there. Sandwraith, I don't think he's. Oh, he is going middle lane actually. He is trying to chase down the Hellbringer. Malphus again coming out, but this time just a little bit too late. Got the last auto attack off even, I believe. Malakin, he ends up getting stunned initially. He's forced to run away right here. But now Amon-Ra here, and look at that. He's kind of catching Sandwraith, delays him long enough. And as soon as Amon-Ra Amon-Ra's doing a lot of damage, man. That burn, it really works. And look at this now. He's chasing a Warbeast, getting him to half-life. And he has that rebirth, worst case, which he may end up using right here. But no, he's going to barely survive, actually, as Warbeast will make the escape, although Amon-Ra still trying to escape. 1 second portal key. There we go. He's going to use it. He avoids the Arcane Vortex, which comes out. He hits Kraken as well with the Path of Destruction, and he is going to escape. Oh, no, he's not. Never mind. Jeez, but that took a long time. And again, though, being level 3 ultimate, and look at this. He's even going back in. Are you kidding me? He's trying to catch Midas. Nice job, though, with the Elemental Warp. And he actually escapes. But yeah, being level 3, I mean, by the time they actually get involved in a team fight, ideally, it should be back up, so.
Yeah, sure. This is probably the point where the ult is the strongest, especially because he's the only one at 16. So he can really lose that freely. But Sandwraith diving for the Hellbringer there. If Hellbringer didn't die to that last auto attacks, he had double Q ready. So he could have bought more time, and then Malakin could have ulted him, and they could have gotten the Sandwraith kill earlier, and maybe potentially picked up more people. Of course, there was Arcane Vortex preventing that, and the Mana Sunder in case. But Yeah, a bit unfortunate that he died on just that last auto attack, as he could have done more.
Yeah. So Mock again on Sandwraith here. Has it now, is trying to enhance that farm more. A life tube now purchased on top of that, so it looks like Haxron is going to be going the route of the quick resto stone follow-up now to that Mock of Brilliance, and usually hard to argue that, especially as of late, so
yeah.
Going to be the same thing here. Malakin, 3,500 gold saved up. If he's following the normal route, probably a Shrunken Head coming up next. But I don't know if that would be the best this game. Do you?
On who?
On Malakin.
Malakin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure. I guess it prevents minus combo. That's kind of the only thing. And then the Moira stun and that Mana Sunder, of course, that can be really annoying. So I guess it prevents 2 heals from spells. Yeah, and then also Kraken charges and slow. So it's not too bad, but there's a lot of damage between War Beast and Sandrift. Combined.
The way I like to look at value for stuff like that is like, what doesn't it work against? And there's several things that are really popping out to me. Obviously, more of his ultimate, the Kraken ultimate for that matter. You got things like just damage in general, you know, a very physical damage-heavy team somewhat, really, you know, between Sandwraith, Kraken, and a War Beast. So, yeah, I honestly think just a straight-up full Demonic would actually benefit him more defensively even. But
the thing is, they need to change the playstyle, and if he goes full Demonic, then they have to kill Moira and Midas, kinda, and then they can focus on War Beast Sandwraith after, and I don't think that's the way they want to go. If he buys the Shrunken Head, he can fully commit himself to kill War Beast and kill Sandwraith. I think that's the way he's looking at it. But I agree with what you're saying at the same time, but I just think Moira and Midas, it might be too much to not get it. Sorry. Fight happening.
Yeah, they get a Luna down here, but now Amon-Ra chasing down the Sandwraith, but now Amon-Ra actually in trouble. But Malphite's coming down. You see Ra trying to cut away. He is going to fall. But again, that Rebirth going to bring him right back up, and is he going to be able to chase? There's the Path of Destruction. It's just out of range. Midas was hanging around, and they take out Amon-Ra. So, yeah, you're tough to kill, but you are not unkillable at the same time. That shows right there. However, Kraken now, he's falling to Malakin as he jumps in. Nice deny from Zibe, actually, at the last second. Well played on his part. And actually now Malakin is having to escape right here. Sword throw through. He's going to go into a decent spot. He doesn't have a TP for a long time, though. So he's going to have to keep running for a while. And they are definitely chasing him. They realize that by now. Desert's Curse coming out. Another sword throw. He's going to run all the way to their base, essentially. He says if you're going to chase down and kill me, you're going to go all the way back to your base at least. Not being able to push easily, so. Well, they kill him in the end. Took a while.
Yeah.
But they do it.
Bit of a messy fight for PinE. They didn't have 5 people right away, and Sync is kind of always there with their heroes. Sandwraith can pour it in, and so good taken fight from Sync, and a bit unfortunate that he didn't have people ready from PinE's side. If you want to commit to that fight, Malakin coming in really late in that, and making some huge play, charges down the Amon-Ra, and then ultis the Hillbringer after and secures those 2 kills. Those are pretty important. So Mickey playing in strong here.
And, you know, I gotta say, I'm not a huge fan, not that I'm this Amon-Ra guru by any means, but as actually transmutes.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You see where I'm going, though? Yeah, as they're going to turn it on the Kraken, though. But now Amon-Ra again, he's going to fall, but that's what I'm talking about, the Rebirth. He's going to die shortly after, so no chance for him. That, again, Kareed is real. But, yeah, exactly. He's not nearly tanky enough as he needs to be. And, yeah, he's going really greedy here with a Mock.
He has 6.6 armor, and Slat has an Abyssal, and he could pick up a Demonic at this rate also, so. Yeah, I think last time I've seen around, he also went Mark. Please get the Demonic instead. Everyone out there, it's way better. So you can't do this. I guess if it's 8 minutes ago, he can get the Mark. If he had it now, then fine. But at this point, no. You need the Demonic or any kind of armor-giving item. You cannot go for Mark like this.
Yeah.
You die in a couple of seconds to War Beast.
Just because you can resurrect, it doesn't mean you can risk just not getting that tanky. That's where the hero shines, I think is very safe to say, is that he's so difficult to kill initially, and that when you finally do, well, you have to do it again. So it's that idea. And he's still able to do plenty of damage because of how his abilities work, you know, based on his max health and whatnot. So it's not like you're missing out on a lot of damage if you go full tank. So, yeah, really this very greedy choice here Not saying that he's the sole reason why now Sync has got a massive lead, but definitely not helping the cause. As they tried right there to make a play, did PinE, but unfortunately the eruption got stopped. That's what happens against Sandwraith with the Mach, though. And speaking of that, though, Sandwraith is still escaping, and he actually is going to escape. And now he pops the illusions as the rest of his teammates going back in. Aluna's going to be picked off. Malikin's still dead throughout this. And Hellbringer is also going to fall. Amon-Ra joining late, but he realizes quickly he's there too late. He has to get the hell on out, but now Kraken in pursuit. Ra does have that resurrection. But can he actually escape initially? There's the charge into the Moira stun. Beautiful synergy there. And they cut him off completely. They mana burned him too before, so he's going to come with less life. And you see quick death shortly after. So, I think the first game was a case of Sync was playing it very well. They deserved that comeback. They were great. This game, I think there's a little bit more throw to it for PinE. And that's unfortunate.
I'll tend to agree with you there. It's the items, and also kind of they did some good rotations after Magma's helping going top. I felt they were kind of looking really great from that point. But then they kind of got stalemated out here, and then Sync took a kill every time Sandwraith had ulti up, and they got a hit like that. And then they forced the fight bottom, which were just in their favor and elsewhere. And well played from Sync, but also a little bit of throw there for PinE in the last game for sure. Overall, a decent series.
Yeah, no, a decent series for sure. But yeah, PinE